58, 55, and 2 of them are racing tonight here on the Gold Coast. Phelps and Lochte, part of that world record-breaking team back in 2009.
And off to a good start is Connor Dwyer. David McKeon in the yellow cap beside him. No time to panic for Dave McKeon. His strength, like his sister, is to come home well in the second half of the 200 metres. So getting into a nice stroke at the moment. First 50 metres is swum, and USA take the lead, 24.56. Australia not too far behind. Very loping stroke for Connor Dwyer. Breathes just to one side, the right-hand side. Very dominant on that breath. It's almost just a little pause there. Big 6-beat kicks going from all of the athletes. It really is a sprint now, the 200 metres freestyle. So just 4 laps of sprinting.
The USA lead after the first 100. It's Connor Dwyer swimming for the USA. Putting pressure on him now is David McKeon from Australia. He nearly stole the lead at that turn. He's just edging closer and closer every stroke.
It's a money lap, the third lap of a 200 metres freestyle. You really have to put some pressure on yourself. Don't let your mind wander. Don't let the fatigue get into your head. Keep pushing, keep pushing. The USA still in the lead, 1:18.79. Just 12/100ths of a second separating, and a great underwater for Dave McKeon. Here he comes, but so too Japan. Japan are making a move at the moment, and that is Kosuke Hagino.
Hagino working it up in this last 50 before he hands it over. Sakata will take over, and there's Michael Phelps ready to dive into the water for the 4x200 freestyle. He'll be up against McAvoy of Australia and Sakata from Japan in lane number 5. Japan holding nearly a body length's lead. This has been a great race so far for them.
1:46.13. That was the time for Hagino, so that was a great first split. And Michael Phelps, has been a while since he's done a relay changeover. In fact, I reckon it's 2 years since he's done one, since the London Olympic Games. And Japan still holding on to that lead. So the lead was 0.95 between Japan and the USA. So that was, for me, I just wanted to see how much Michael Phelps could move his way through the field and what kind of time he ended up with.
Well, the USA won the Pan Pacs of 2010 with a 7:03.84. Phelps was part of that team. Once again, so too was Lochte, and they're both in this race. It's still Japan leading, but Phelps is trimming the margin ever so slightly. Cam McAvoy hopefully will have something up his sleeve, because he's just raced a magnificent 100. Has he got the energy to turn it around in the 200 now?
In this comeback, Michael Phelps has publicly said that he feels like the 200-metre distances are working a little bit better for him than the shorter races, the 100. He finished 4th in the 100 free, so we know he can sprint. Great trademark of Michael Phelps. Pushes off underwater on his side, doing butterfly kick. And here he comes. At the moment, he's sitting right in the bow wave of Sakar. So he needs to just get past that kick, and then he should be able to take a little bit more distance off him. But Japan are doing a great job.
They certainly are. They'll hand it over for the third swimmer with nearly a body length lead. Diving into the water for Japan, Kabori. In for the United States, Ryan Lochte and Mac Horton, the Clark Kents of Australian swimming. Can he be Superman right here?
Sakata swam that 200 freestyle 0.3 of a second faster than Michael Phelps. So that was a wonderful performance by Rio Sakata to do that on Michael Phelps. But Ryan Lochte is now in the water for the USA and has bridged that gap very, very quickly. Now just down to 0.4 of a second.
Lochte's turns are incredible, aren't they? He seems to just gather meters when he turns underwater, and sometimes though in these races he loses his control of the race halfway through the 50.
Yeah, well, I think you know, he has great underwater skills. He's been around racing for a long time. You know, traditionally in setting up a relay, the third swimmer is what they call the weakest link. It certainly hasn't been the case. It's where you hide the swimmer that, you know, might end up suffering a little bit of a loss in terms of the distance of the lead. But Ryan Lochte has swum so well in this third leg so far. We'll see how he goes in the final 50. He has had a knee injury that has prevented him from having a full preparation for this year. Japan fighting back a little bit with Kobori. Underwater, still the big butterfly kicks. And the USA very much in front. Now, one of the advantages that Lochte had, and the USA team in general, is they're so great on their changeovers. Lochte's changeover into the water was just fantastic. He is fatiguing at the moment, though. Matt McLean waiting on the blocks. Maybe we can stay here with this. You see the big wind-up. Here it is. Not so fast on the changeover. Ryan Lochte just really fatigued. And in fact, it was Japan that got on the wall. Yeah,
Kobori hunted him down in that 50. Did a terrific job. So the race is on. The USA was sitting second in the women's at this stage, but they found something special with their last swimmer. Can Matt McLean do the same thing? Maybe. Thomas Fraser-Holmes can turn it around. He's got a huge gap to cover. But Tommy, the tank, or the hyphen...
Give up on the tank.
Give up on the tank. The hyphen has a chance.
But I have to say that Matsuda is a really good performer. He's 30 years of age. He's an Olympic medalist. He's been around for a long time. Matt McLean, at the moment, the pressure is well and truly on this young man to continue to try and win these titles for the USA. They've won everything there is. World Championships, Olympics, Pan Pacs, they are defending. And the man that is a training partner of Michael Phelps, Matt McLean, has just made a big move in the third 50.
Well, all the pressure was on him. He had the superstars of Phelps and Lochte in his relay, and they've handed this man the mantle of swimming last in the 4x200, and he's living up to the hype right now.
And he wants to make the most of this nighttime final performance because he was part of the heats for the Olympic Games in 2012 that won gold. He was part of the heats at the World Championships that won gold, and now he gets a nighttime swim. Matsuda's fighting back, though.
Here comes Matsuda, trying to put the pressure on the USA. Can they win 2 out of 2, the USA? The pressure now mounting. Japan versus the USA. There's only inches in it. Look at Matsuda come. Matsuda might get there. A thrilling finish from him, though.
Oh, the USA
get the golds. Matsuda put it right on him in the last 5. Couldn't get there. Australia sit thirds.
Oh, what a leg. What a swim. The USA just hold on. The margin, 13/100ths of a second. Lockie Reed, how's your shoulder?
Tally, captain, very full. There's a 7:05.17 for the United States, Japan 7:05.30, and Australia.